Right?
You know, birds are better than cats. Just saying that. Yeah. He's a good boy. Actually, at least you can let a cat out, and you'll know he's pretty much going to be safe. I let this lovebird out, and he is just prey for about 1,000 other animals all over here. Yeah. All righty. So it looks like it's just Eric and I tonight. All right, which brought a question. Eric brought this up behind the scenes. Would you guys mind if we drop the Wednesday and just did a live stream? Because we know you guys dig on the Lesters and the voices and the whole 9 yards. And me and Eric, we don't do that. So it's up to you guys. Let us know in the chat, and we will adhere to it. So there you go. Because generally, you know, the people who do all the funny voices and everything are not here on Wednesday. So it's up to you guys. Let us know. With that being said, tonight is Jon Sable. We're continuing the Month of the Dragon. Ethereal Dragon asked for books written by Marv Wolfman, which kind of opened it up to it said focus on Teen Titans characters and stuff like that, but it also opened up to a lot of other things. And hey, we put Jon Sable up for review for let's vote on what we do, and never got chosen. So now we're forcing it on you. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? Okay, hold on just a second. I had to reboot the computer and it erased my tier list. I just noticed that. Okay,
you're also completely frozen.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I'm on the weak computer. I'm buying the right stuff soon in order, to get my good computer on. It's just, this is where we stand. This is where we stand. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. Hey, I also said if y'all want, we could do a live stream tonight. Because okay, it looks like I'm not quite there. Hold on. Okay, title ranking: Jon Sable comic book covers. I looked at my. I did not know these things were being saved. I've never hit save on any of these things. And I looked on because it said I had an account. And I was like, I have an account with these places. And when I looked on it, damn, every one of them is saved. It is just so freaking many. Do you know this is like 232? We have been doing we've done a lot of these.
I know.
I mean, that's about now we've repeated, so I'm going to go with about 2,000 covers that we have all ranked. That is kind of awesome. We have looked at, and
closer to 2,500 because 12 is we haven't repeated.
Oh, that's right, we do 12. Yeah. That is pretty cool. I mean, that is. I mean, and the thing is there's so many more to do. I mean, we have barely freaking touched the surface. Scratch the surface. I think that kind of thing is cool. I think it is cool. Alrighty, what do we got going? And hello to everybody in the chat. How about Hangout Stream Wednesdays at I Love Comics? Yes, that's what we're talking about. I mean, we run with it. Voices aren't a must, says One Slick. No voices if it's just the two of you fellers. Yeah, we're kind of the older practical ones, you know. I mean, I can do voices, but yeah. Okay, how about we don't land on the camera? Okay, there you go. All righty.
Do you plan on attempting to unfreeze yourself at any point?
Am I frozen on YouTube?
Yeah, you've been frozen. You're frozen on StreamYard.
I see myself moving around on StreamYard. I mean, it's slow. I look like one of those car dealership things. But I don't know how to unfreeze anything.
I've never seen this.
What?
Let me get back to this. Yeah, on my YouTube, yours isn't even there. It's the Sable covers all you see.
Yeah, I see that too.
But you're not in the picture.
That is so effing weird because I'm here on the what the honest hell? What the honest hell is going on with this stuff? It just doesn't. I don't get it. I don't get it because I have no idea what's going on there. Hold on, let me pop out and pop back in.
It's all me now. Yeah, that's so. Anything but out there in chat land? Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. I see BREEN, but not England team. Yep. Some I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, you're fine now, at least for the.
Has it changed at all?
Yeah, now your picture's on there, and
go figure.
You're actually
well.
You're not like a badly dubbed Godzilla movie. I mean, your lips are matching the voice and the words. And
okay, he's like the great Gonzo. It's the nose, right? It's the nose. All righty. Do I have everything going here? I think I do. All righty, Eric. Let's get this thing going. This is book 1. I'll put.
We're doing Return of the Hunter.
Oh, I just saw Jon Sable. So what should I be popping up here?
Jon Sable.
Jon Sable freelance. I grabbed the wrong one. Good Lord, this is a cluster. This is a cluster. Okay. You know what? Keep talking. Keep the audience going. I can do this. I can do this. All right, here we go.
I ran out of things to say before you even came back.
You know, that is just the way it is. All righty.
It bees like that sometimes.
Yeah, this is bees. Okay, see if somebody give a comment or a question. Let's keep that going because this will only take about 10 minutes. God dang. Thankfully, there's only 2 of us, and we're the practical ones. So when we do get to this, we're going to burn through these things. All righty. Let's see. But sometimes this is what happens, right? If you expect professionalism from this this channel, you have not been around for long, have you? All righty. What are you cheeping about, little bird? All right. And speaking of professionalism, after this auction, I do believe I will be able to. I'm getting all the books and the boxes pulled out, so I will be able to find and ship out those books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I do appreciate everybody's patience while we were moving. We're still, by the way, we're still getting everything done and taken care of. Alrighty, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Alrighty, so there we go. What the hell? What the hell? That's asking me to give money to a tier thing. I don't want to. It's supposed to be free. Okay. Anybody see any good movies? I actually went and saw the Jaws 50th, and that was just, it was golden. I'm gonna use the same. What you call it? What am I trying to say here? Thumbnail. Yeah, I'm gonna use because otherwise, that putting together a thumbnail takes a lot longer time. All right. Bum, bum, but I'm getting everything. We're almost there. We might be out of order, by the way. Also. All right. It's just this is a bit of a rush job. I do apologize on this, but it's going to be ready in just a touch. All righty. Actually, seriously, I'm almost done here.
So I started watching the Bond movies from the beginning again.
Oh yeah. Any opinions change? I mean, like Dr. No and I've always thought it was okay. From Russia with Love, I believe that's the second one, right?
Yeah.
Is just excellence. That to me has always been just movie excellence. Do they hold up to you?
Oh, absolutely. I said, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I like the older ones have more puns. Like you remember the scene where the guy comes out of the mouth on the billboard, and the guy shoots him, and and Bond goes, "They should have kept his mouth shut." They're a lot of fun still.
Yeah,
except I keep getting Czechoslovakian dubbed or whatever.
I think it's kind of fun that when anybody is describing James Bond, more often than not, they're describing Roger Moore, and yet everybody says that their favorite is Sean Connery. That if you describe what James Bond was, you'll describe Roger Moore's character, the way he played it, because he was kind of more foppish.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I said, the Connery ones are my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure I've even seen the Pierce Brosnan ones.
My favorites. Shush.
Yeah, I'm not. Let's see. I've seen a couple of Daniel Craig's. They're all right movies. They're not Bond.
I agree. They're typical action movies, kind of like the complaint a lot of people have about the Star Wars movies, or not Star Wars movies, but the Star Trek movies, is that while they're good action films, they're more Star Wars than they are Star Trek. So I'm trying to say Star Trek.
Well,
because they're more about what you call it, action than they are exploration.
James Bond is not a politically correct character. I mean, if you're gonna make make him the way that they had Daniel Craig play him, just change the name. And because I said it's just Bond in a skin suit at this point, and I don't expect that'll ever change because of the way society is now, and people can't separate fiction from reality.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
I'm watching, where he's messing around with some lady on the bed, and he's trying to concentrate on his phone call. She gets close to him. He just puts his hand in her face and just pushes her back on the bed.
Yeah, he was not a very nice guy to women.
Well, I mean, he's laughing, and she was laughing when he did it. But obviously, everybody would just wet their diapers now.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm not going to do this. This is going to take too much time for what I'm doing right now. So I'm thinking we, aside from the ones that I've already renumbered, we're going to do potluck, and I will just create a page. And when we get to that particular number, we get to that particular number. All right. Where is the, I guess I'll have to use the batteries. Okay, I guess I was not as prepared as I thought I was. In all honesty, I started about 15 minutes ago.
I wish VENKMAN were here because I'm curious if you watched the last countdown today.
What's the last countdown?
Well, Countdown's the name of the show we're both watching.
Oh.
And it's 13 episodes. The main plot ended after the 10th, and then they started a new storyline. And the season ended literally in the middle of it with no guarantee of a season 2.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
But Jessica Camacho had a scene in a wife beater with no bra today, and that was that makes up for a lot of other shortcomings.
Okay. Alrighty, this is episode 232, I think it is. 33, something like that. Okay.
That was she was Gypsy from The Flash.
232, it says right there. Oh, Gypsy from The Flash. Okay, I get you. I remember her. 2, 1. And the show I'm watching is the show a lot of people watched, and I know the Black Pills have already told you it's awful and blah, 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 woke, yada, yada. But I've been watching Aliens Earth, and that has been a heck of a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that quite a bit. Thank you very much. All righty.
Yeah, I don't know if it's woke, don't know if it's this, don't know if it's that. I won't know because I have no interest.
No interest in the aliens.
Not really.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, you not being interested kind of fits. You know.
Well, I'm just I'm not nearly as genre. I'm not when it comes to other forms of entertainment. I kind of look to get away from that.
I get it. I get it. When me and my friends, when we were teenagers, we were all into heavy metal, the hair bands, all that kind of stuff. But we each had our subgenre that we would go to. I had one friend who was into classical music, and another who was into more stuff like you liked. And I was into vocal jazz and soundtracks and such like that. So a lot of them being movie musical soundtracks. So, yeah.
I found a YouTube channel today. I think it's called like 40s jazz or something like that, and it's just it looks like it's AI generated. I don't know enough about jazz, know if they're even real songs, but they have like a torch singer singing. You might like that. If I stumble across it again, I'll send one of the videos to you so you can check it out.
I may be classifying it wrong, but I'm talking about like Sinatra and Dean Martin.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, that is different.
Okay.
Yeah,
I always thought that's what
like crooners, more like
crooners. Yeah. That's actually one of the things I like about the Doors.
Okay,
Jim Morrison is not really a singer; he's a crooner.
When you said that, beyond Sinatra and Martin, are there any other ones that you legitimately like? Because I've never really expanded past those two. I've never really found the need to.
Well, and they all did the same song,
right?
So if you like either one of them, yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Well, Frank and Dean had a presence.
But I can say, oh goodness gracious, what is his name? Not Bobby Sherman. What is it? Mac the Knife.
Bobby Darin. He was like, to me, next generation. Oh, and
yeah, but you're right. He was next generation crooner, but he did a lot of the same style, a lot of the same music. And he was later with like if a man answers his phone or with Splish Splash, he went with the times more so than the others did.
I loved his movie. If a Man Answers, one of his movies. Yep. And Tony Hayes, when you have to put All Right in front of Mel. Remember the Mountain Dew commercials?
Yeah.
All right, Mel.
The Mel Torme was good. There was a Japanese singer called Patty Suzuki, who I think had an incredible voice. But there's some. Bing Crosby. Yeah, that he definitely is one. All righty. We've got it. I got the go for book one. Sorry it took so long.
Enjoy this Minute Maid orange juice while I beat the wife.
Ah, that's funny because it's true. All righty. Let's see. I'm gonna make it a little less confusing for me here. I thought I was all set and ready, but not quite. This is a bit odd. A lot of times I have to take the end of the show off to make it shorter. Today would be the beginning. All right. And with this one, I do believe we are good to go. I don't know what number one is, but here you go. You could start with Book 1 is issue number 2 today.
This is a 10 for a little context. I can't remember if it was a two-parter, but I know the first story he saves Reagan.
Like Ronald?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, Reagan was treated with respect because I said Grell, definitely leans right. I love his cover, so yes, it's definitely a 10 for me.
All right. And
you put up the go for number 1, or okay, Jackson did.
Yeah, I did, but there's been a lot of talk between then and there. But thank you, Jackson. It's book 1. It's issue number 2, obviously. Don't worry about the numbers tonight. Let's see. I do dig on this. I like the colors really make it. And he does a lot of cross hatching and such in the walls and everything. It has a lived-in look. I like the fact that the blood is mixing with the water, and so you're not getting full-on red. It could be better colored, I guess, as it's falling. Like if it fell dark red, but then it kind of got diluted, I think that would have been a little bit better. Overall, I can agree with you. I'd give this a 10. Let's go to the chat. And let's see. One more time. The Doors are one of my favorite bands. They totally rule. The first album is amazing. Alrighty, so Jay says 10. And hi Jay. Alrighty, and we get another 10 from Jackson Rakert, and then an 8 for American Boyd. Okay, scrolling down a little bit, we got Jim Sorensen. What's up, Jim? Is that a Sergio Aragonés cover? This one?
No, it's Mike Grell.
Mike Grell. Yeah. Alrighty, and then let's see. Scooching on down here to Ethereal Dragon with an 8 and Darth Kato with an 8. Okay, and how many people dropped off? Oh, no, we got a full show with 17 people watching. If you are watching, remember, you're eligible to vote. Just put in the, I think this is an 8, a 10, 12, whatever. You and Eric have never seen No Country for Good Men. Isn't it No Country for Old Men?
Yes.
Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah, I think it was Harvey he was a Bond villain. He was in Skyfall. I believe he was the villain of Skyfall. And he says 9. All righty. This gets a 10 from me, says Lark Bark. It's giving me Punisher vibes. And one's like 9. Only thing weird is the stone hatchings all go towards Sable. I could see that. It's, it kind of draws the eyes towards them. So, yeah, good work on that. Good work. And we get another 9. 10, I'm driving, so I'll just be listening along for a while, says Dark Admiral. Yep, be safe. That is most important. I've got to find out what gun he has, says Tony Hayes, giving it a 10. RDV, this isn't Sable. Where's the hot blonde?
I get that.
Well, it's Silver Sable, right, that he's talking about?
No, Sable, the wrestling valet.
Okay.
And Jay Lucian, I should introduce you to my brother. That's all he does is watch tennis now.
All righty, we're getting the stop, and what we got here is 3 8s and 2 9s trying to take down 8 10s, ladies and gentlemen. They fail miserably. All righty, and as it stands, because every time I do this, it pops up ads big time. I'm not sharing the screen until the end of the evening.
Oh, Jay, he got it from his son. My nephew is just eaten up with tennis. He went up to the Open by himself one day, and then drug his dad up on another when they were in Cincinnati.
Okay, you are dragging behind me just a couple of seconds. I can tell because the bird. He cheeps, and it's and a few seconds later I hear it on yours. Okay, we're going for book 2. There you go, and I guess I get to lead us up on this one, and it is issue number 3. All righty. I guess this is the origin. Okay, so the beginning of Jon Sable. We see him in the background, and a a big town buildings in the background. I'm assuming it's a lot of condominiums. Oh goodness, this one's pretty good. I like this one. It's
You
drawn very
were
well.
really working hard not to say the city, weren't you?
The city.
No, remember we're the.
I just got. Oh, Gail's giving me the stink eye. I can't do that. Well, it's supposed to be loud, Gailey. Have you remember those salsa commercials? And they said they like this is from New York City, and everybody goes New York City. We do that. Yeah.
But oddly enough, it's because of that. But I started doing that because a YouTuber named Jericho Green dropped that in one of his videos, and it just cracked me up because he's this big old black dude, and hearing him do that.
All righty. Yeah, I'm giving this a 9. Let's and this is issue number 3. Okay. How about you?
I'm going 10. I like the juxtaposition between who he was and who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like it because Grell gets to draw his animals, he gets to draw his gun, guns plural, and this works.
You know what? I'm going to say this because I can't think of any other cover I will ever be able to say it on again. Cool water buffalo.
Well,
Okay, and let's go to the chat where one slick dude's giving this a 10. Jackson saying Grell knows his guns. All righty. Let's see. Jim gives this a 7. Jackson. Wait, hold on. One slick gave it a 10. Jim gave it a 7. Jackson gave it a 10. Okay. Let's get that 7 in there. One more 10. And then we have the big town. My kind of town. All right. So let's see. Jay says 8. All righty. Jay Lucian also says Gale City. Well, it's Gale's world.
Uh-oh.
I just live in it.
You're becoming my favorite stick
she got
song.
sick at work. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Let's see. The cover has a Western vibe that really stands out, says Lock Bark. So a 10. And then Desert Rose says a 10.
Oh, that's good. Desert Rose, give this a 10.
A 10. It is off the 10s. I'm more excited about the women's semis tomorrow than I am for the stupid Cowboys, says Jay.
Well, yeah, Jay, it'd be nice if your Rangers would mix in a win now and then because it's right there for them. Seattle's completely collapsed.
Let's see. Jackson says he's read the first 30 Sables over the last 2 years. And MK says 9 with Ethereal giving this one an 8. After witnessing the terrorist outrages of those games, he married a fellow athlete and they relocated to Rhodesia, where Sable became an organizer of safaris for tourists and later game wardens. All righty, he is roboting. Yes, I know. I'm on the slow computer today. I bought an adapter, so because I have a male outlet for the cable, and there's no female plug here, so I had to go buy a female one so I could hook up the good computer. All righty, which by the way died and then came back to life. It was amazing. It was amazing. All right, we not a lot of voters on that one. We had 3 8s, 2 9s taking down those 5 10s. This is a 9. All righty, did I miss some? Really?
I need 1 minute. I'll be right back.
All right, 10 7, 10 8, 10. Really? Okay. You need to save up for a better pewter. Yeah. This was actually a gift. Like I said, my old computer died, and my brother, while they were here over the winter, my brother took me into Walmart, straight up bought a computer for me. Merry Christmas. There you go. And that was really nice. That was really nice of him. So I do appreciate it. It just doesn't have the power to do StreamYard and all that, unfortunately. Okay, let me get this one where it needs to go, and then we are waiting for, and yeah, it's just weird with some of the things it does, because like Henry mentions the fact that it looks smaller on the tier ranking than normal. I don't know why. And anytime I try to make the picture bigger, what ends up happening is a big old ad goes into the middle of it. It's just bizarre. It's so bizarre. How bizarre. Alrighty. Like I said, tonight we are doing just random because that's as it had to be. Let's see, what is this? This is, did I even include one? 3, 6, 9, 12? Yeah. All right. This means something. Alrighty. Just for fun, I keep threatening that I want to do these videos where I talk about the top 10 from 1970 all the way to 2025, and I've been collecting all the top 10s and everything. 70s movies. Wow, they're pretty good. It looks smaller than normal. England team 2025. That is true. That is true. Old age. What you gonna do? Gail, he bought a female today. What are you talking about? Jack, that's from Jackson to you, Gailey. Let's see. Sounds like you need to add RAM, like a truck. I have, yeah. I am not computer savvy. I don't know how to do that kind of thing. You know, they do that. Say you have to get the pay version. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that is all of them, isn't it? So what has been going? Oh, I collected a whole bunch of books to read today. It is New Comic Book Day. And I was like, yeah, I always collect a whole bunch of books like I'm going to read them, and then I never do because I'm just more interested in reading the back issues. Just is what it is. I know Batman's got a new book out and everything. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll do enough to do a video with the guys tomorrow. Let's see. His family was murdered by poachers, so Sable killed the poachers and moved back to the U.S. to resume work as a freelance mercenary, says Tony Hayes. All righty. We're getting the story. Yeah. Isn't that...
All right. There's number one.
Yeah, I was looking for that. All righty. And we might as well go right on ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're up again. Here you go.
Oh, this is definitely a 10.
Go for book 3. All righty. They're not going to be the same.
I mean, it's just a beautiful, conglomeration of buildings in an urban area.
All right. I like it. Yeah.
Conglomeration of
buildings in an urban area. Don't yell at me. It's the job. I know. You ate the whole wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. All righty. I agree with you. This one's awesome. I'm giving it a 10 if I can find my 10 here.
I know I'm sure I've asked this before, but I have no memory anymore. Did you read this series?
A long time ago, I've read some. Like I think I read like the first 10 or so in the 1980s. I never really committed to it. Boom, which I'm not seeing why, except for access, I'm not seeing why I shouldn't now. I'm kind of into that kind of thing. The back issues and all. All righty, let's get to the chat where Tony Hayes is saying 10, and so is Jackson Raykirk. Alrighty, and then we've got a 9 from DC Normus. What?
Is it? Oh,
do your bit.
Oh no. I that's please, you were fine.
Desert Rose says 10. It is the 10s. All right.
Venkman, did you watch the last countdown today?
Jay Lucian gives it a 10, and Jim gives it a 9, as well as Eric and Boyd. All righty, Darth Kito. He says, he's Kito. I can't do French accents. Let's see. Darth Kato says 7. His body proportions are bad. The rest is good, though. All right. And then I love the conglomerate. What's the word of the day? So which was the better movie, The Big Lebowski or Fargo? Ooh, Fargo. I'm going to go Fargo on that one. I know Big Lebowski's the comedy. It's a little bit easier to digest. Well, actually, Fargo's pretty funny to me anyway. And MK goes 8. All righty. And let's see. 9, the body proportions on the running pose are not quite right. And that one's from One Slick. Ethereal Dragon gives us a 9 as well. Let's see. What else? And then Jim hit his head and is talking complete nonsense. Fargo was awesome. All righty, here we go. We'll get the stop. And we have 1 9 and 1 8 and 5 1 7 1 8 5 9s taking on 7 10s and winning. This is another 9. All right. Let's see. 3 5 5. It was book 3 I didn't bring up. Okay. What was the last one we had graded? Are we really? Okay. Yep. I see what's going on. There we are. Okay. And let's see. We have to go for book 4. Go for book 4. There you go.
I did say, yep. Venkman, if we get a season 2, we definitely need more scenes with Oliveris in her t-shirt. Wouldn't you agree? Or her wife beater. Who's up first? You or me on this one?
This one's me. Okay, so we've got the Origin Part 2 Battle Mask, and we have him all painted up front and center. And you're right, he gets to draw everything he loves, animals and trees, and he gets to do the hatching on the tree there. Guys, these covers are actually pretty good.
Yes, they are.
Now, this is a whole different thing than Nightwing yesterday.
Not Oliveris and a wife beater good, but yes, very good.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm going 10 on this. I dig it. Yeah, actually 9 because the circle in the middle does kind of take me out of a little bit. How about you?
Doesn't affect me one bit. 10.
10. It is a 10. All righty. MK, you would be surprised at how many movies I have not seen since Desert Rose. On the other hand, I have seen a lot.
He has seen movies that weren't even made.
That's
how many
true.
Movies he's seen.
10 well, you know, I don't mention this often, but I
heard you were a projectionist.
I was a projectionist throughout the entire 90s. I worked in movie theaters, and I saw everything of the 90s, and that kind of carried over, where I just feel like I want to see everything. Alrighty, let's see. But yeah, I don't mention a lot, but once I was a projectionist. Okay, so One Slick says 10, well balanced and good detail. And we have a 9 from Ethereal Jackson Roykert and an 8 from Ethereal Dragon. Next up, Jim Sorensen says 8 and Darth Kato says 10. This is great. Great. Let's see. I like these covers a lot better than last night. I have to say 10, says Desert Rose. All right. You don't have to. You get to. Okay, let's see. By the way, that's Kicking and Screaming. Do we have to keep these birds? You don't have to. You get to. Let's see. Jay Lucian gives this a 10. Oh, man. There went my paperweight. Oh. I got a Jim Shore Pinocchio. If anybody's interested, we're going to put it in a flea market for $20. It's usually sales for $30 on eBay. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Yes, I am shilling even now. Let's see. Eric and Boyd says 9. Tony Hayes says 10. Alrighty. And then we have 6 from Black Spiders. I guess I see this in a different way. It is the way it is, you know.
Try using your eyes.
There you go. An 8 from the Crazy Hungarian. I worked a second job as a movie theater cleaner. I used to fund the comics. I know what you're talking about. You come in late. We used to have group. I would show the films for the employees. I invited my friends, and they said, "Wait, nobody's here." And one of my friends stood up. I had one of these big bag of popcorn. We always emptied out the popcorn in the big bag. Then you refill it in the very. Never buy first show popcorn from a movie theater. It's last night's leftover. And my friend stood up and just threw the bag of popcorn. I was like, "Oh no!" Because I knew the people had to clean that shit up when we left. I felt so bad for him. Alrighty. MK says, okay, Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction. And I'll say 9 here. For those two, I'm going Pulp Fiction. It's just, although I love Reservoir Dogs. How about you, Eric?
I think I'm going to go Pulp Fiction. I've only seen them once. Mm-hmm. Never really felt any desire to see them again.
Okay.
I just remember bits and pieces.
Dixie Normus says, I'm sorry, Dixie Normus, because that's how you said it. Gives it an 8. Alrighty, and then we have hello, one slip from Crazy Hungarian. I don't know. I didn't know England team back in the 90s. What a time to be alive. It would have been fun. Yeah. Let's see. According to Wiki, Jon Sable's gun is a Mauser C96. All right, cool. The stuff you'll learn around here. You'd be surprised what people would leave behind in auditoriums, wallets. I was cleaning a theater when I was an usher. I was cleaning a theater, and I just stopped dead in my tracks. I looked down. There is a bag full of money. I mean, it is just chock-a-block, right? And I'm looking at it. And this woman comes in and goes, "Oh my gosh, did you find some money? It's my rent." And I had a bit of a, do I just kick it down the way and say I never saw it? I mean, I couldn't do it. I picked up, yep, right here. Maybe if the daughter didn't pop in after her, my evil side would have showed up, but I couldn't do it. All righty, and let's get the stop. Okay. Wow, brings their. I guess they were going to drop it off afterwards or something, but I mean, I have no idea why they would do that, but they did it. All righty, so we've got 1 6, taking out one of the 6 10s, and then 5 8s. There goes the rest of the 10s. 4 9s are left, and this is a 9, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is a 9 fest today. We got 1 10. All righty. Let's see. Will we be able to get out of the 9s and back to a 10 today? Let's see. Eric, you've got the next one. So it is go for book 5. All righty. Here you go.
I'm going to say 9 on this one. It's close, but yeah.
I disagree, man. This is badass. I'm going to give it a 10. I think that's kind of funny. I've been giving 9s, and you've been handing out the 10s like they were candy, and I think this is awesome. It looks like animal hair, and I'm guessing because of the horns surrounding the action in the background. This is awesome. This is creative as fuck as well. This is a really good cover. I'm absolutely 10 on this one. I see not everybody agrees, but let me go to this, see what they say. RDV comic rated me a 1, says Jay. Let's see. Eric Boy gives us an 8. Black Spiders a 7. And then we have a 10. Reminds me of G.I. Joe, says Darth Kato. And Jim agrees it deserves that 10. 8 from an ethereal dragon. And then we've got a 9 from the Jacksons of Roykirk. And Crazy Hungarian says 10. I give to you a 10. J. Lucian says 10. I bought this issue from a certain weekly YouTube auction. I remember I had a whole bunch of Jon Sables. They were hard to get rid of. So I haven't exactly dove back into the Jon Sable area. Yeah. Anyway, he gives this a 10. And let's see. Dude, says Desert Rose. We have that's Tall Grass You Nitwit. It looks like animal fur. I don't care. It's awesome. One Slick Dude says 10. And then, hey, if you and Eric merge, you two would be England Breen. That sounds cool, doesn't it? Anyway, no. Anywho, Saving Private Ryan or Platoon. And 7 on this one. I'm sure you mean Platoon. And between the two of them, Saving Private Ryan is my pick. How about you?
I haven't seen either.
All righty. Desert Rose says it is of the 10s. All righty. Knowing is half the bottle. I go 8, says Dixie Enormous.
Yeah, I'd say knowing is half the that sounds like me in the 80s.
Hey, there you go. No, for you it was knowing half the bottle.
I appreciate that you thought it was only half, but yeah.
Yeah. I am Desert Rose MK. These are hard questions tonight because on most of them I like them both. It's hard to choose. I guess I'll go Saving Private Ryan. It's a good movie. Hey, I think I saw you there. E would be jealous of money you blew there and not on his auction. I always am, by the way. Got the Superman Red Sun book. Yeah, that's a great story. Not a good animated movie. They actually make the case for communism in the animated movie. Okay, kids. Let me get the stop. All right. STOP. Yep, the bird thinks you're going somewhere, Gailey. Gail sat up, so he thinks she's going to walk out of the room, and he loves to get out of the room and travel. Okay, we have 2 7s and 3 8s, taking out 5 of those 7 10s. 2 9s take out the other 10s, and this is another 9. Oh, for want of a 10. All right, let's plop that up there in the 9 column. We are at 4 9s and 1 10 today. Okay, with that being said, I think we are going to, Eric again, go for book 6. There we go. All righty. At book 6 last night, we were an hour and 20 minutes into it. I mean, we, with just the two of us here, we actually, I all that stuff in the beginning, I told you, we cooked through this. All righty, here is issue number, well, hold on first. Let me check this to see if it's, all right, cool. All right, here is issue number 6.
I'm going to go 10 on this because it makes sense if you've read the issues that this is something he liked to do. So, yeah, this is a 10.
Okay, and I'm going to point out the dude on the bottom. That is a very Mike Grell thing. You know, he always has one where the eyes are almost scratched out. Yeah, okay. I'm with you. I'm with you on this. Let's go 10s and let's go to the chat. Alrighty. Okay, how about Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands? Edward Scissorhands to me. Both gothic vibes, and I'll say 10 because of the horsey with the devil horns.
Isn't that
an
an
interesting
antelope?
concept. I would say antelope too, but horsey with devil horns works as well.
Because someone else says they see horsies.
Yeah, Desert Rose is saying, "Oh, I see of the horsies. It is a 10." All righty, so we've got 10 from Desert Rose. What was it? 10 from MK as well. But yeah, I go Edward Scissorhands between that and Beetlejuice. Gail, which movie do you like better? Yeah. Yep. One Slick says 10, and Jim says 6.
I think Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, it's a better movie. One Horny Horse, I go 10, says Dixie Enormous. And Ethereal says 8, as well as Eric and Boyd. All right. Next up, we have a 9 from Jackson Raker. In Mother Russia, your rush for all you please. It is why we are called Russian. All right, and that is Darth Kato. Darth Kato gives this a 10. And so does Tony Hayes, saying lots of guns on these covers. 4 guns on this cover and a horse. Give it a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah. All righty. Let's see. Beetlejuice. If I say it one more time. I'm on my phone. It looked like a horse, says Desert Rose. And she's picking the right movie. I'm just kidding. They're both correct choices. And Crazy Hungarian says 8. Alrighty. Oh, Ibex. They have those curved horns. I actually saw one of those at Animal Kingdom. Alrighty. Let's see. Stop. And what we got here is 1 6, taking out one of those 7 10s, and then 3 8s. Now we're down to 3 10s. 1 9. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we have our second 10. All righty. Now we're moving on. Here we go for the 7. 7A. I know. Don't get mad. It's just because I'm short. I know. All righty. Book 7 looks like this. Oh, this is flat out. I mean, this is an oh wow once you see it. That is hot in every way, shape, and form. Obviously, the girl, the black and white on the Jon Sable. The trees look awesome. The target, the urban area, the clouds, everything is good on this one. This is 10 plus here, man. All righty. What do you give it, Eric? What do you say?
This no doubt 10.
All right. Wow, that is poster quality stuff right here. That's how good that is. All right, let's see if the chat gets it right this time. That devil horse would mess you up, says Tony Hayes. Eric Boyd says 10. Now we're cooking with gas. Or our cooking caused gas. Jim says 10, and so does the Crazy Hungarian. All righty. Darth Kato, of course, the last cover was a 10. It had spooky devil horsey. And Desert Rose go, wow, it is of the 10. Jackson Roykirk says 10, and Ethereal says 7. Next up, I have to laugh at a couple of people. I have to laugh at a lot of people. A lot of the time. 10, his clothes are weird, but let's be honest, no one is looking at him. I know those trees, right? Okay, let's see. A gun, a knife, a target, and a naked girl. 10 all the way, says Tony Hayes, bringing class to the proceedings. 8, the girl is behind Sable and half again bigger than him, says One Slick. Let's see. 10 plus 1, says Tony Hayes. I'm sure I am among the people, England team. Oh, I'm sure at some point. I mean, have you seen how we treat our friends around here? Let's see. Field of Dreams or League of Their Own. Oh my gosh. That is a harder choice than it should be because as a guy, Field of Dreams. But I probably have seen A League of Their Own more often. But he is giving this a 9. League of Their Own or Field of Dreams there, Eric?
Haven't gotten to either one of them yet.
Really? Both baseball movies. Okay. 171. Oh, let me get the stop. STOP. It's WKRP in Cincinnati. 171819 taking on 910s. Ladies and gentlemen, our third 10 of the evening. Back to back we've got. All right. And let's give it back over to Eric here with go for book 8. All righty. And here, I think, is book 8. Yep.
Uh-oh, the tall grass is back. Yeah, there's something about that just does not quite get the effect that I think he's going for. So I'm going to go 9 on this one.
Okay, I agree. I don't think this is what it intended. Like, and unfortunately, I'm gonna go 8 on this one. All right, this is so far my least favorite cover. All right, let's see what the chat has to say. Let's see. You have good taste, Darth. Wow, these are hard. League of Their Own says Desert Rose. Jim is giving this one an 8. All right. Well, I'd rather look at Gina Davis, so I go with A League of Their Own. Barely. It's a good movie. I mean, you know, it's not just because one is women and one is. I mean, because come on, you could say League of Their Own is about baseball, but Field of Dreams is about fathers and sons. Let's see. Where are we on that? Okay, how about Brian's song or Bang the Drum Slowly? I actually have not seen Bang the Drum Slowly.
Neither have I, but I can't
would have
imagine.
to go.
Brian's song is just excellent.
I know I've seen that one a long time ago. I have not seen it recently. Do you mind? Do you mind? You're chewing on my. You're gonna ruin my headphones. Don't. No. We are not debating. No. Nope. That's enough. Okay. There you go.
Being a sports fan from basically as far back as I can remember, I knew who Brian Piccolo was, and I was familiar with his story before I saw the movie. And I have a 1969 Topps Brian Piccolo card.
I did not know that was a real person.
Yeah. He I don't know if he I think he is a really good college player. And he probably would have been a decent pro. But it's interesting because I said there was a guy, a football player named Ernie Davis, who went to the same college as Jim Brown and was almost as good. And he died of leukemia before I think before he even played a down in the NFL. At least Brian Piccolo got to play a year.
Sorry about that. He's making a lot of noise, so I had to pause the sound. All right, so Dixie Enormous. I said it wrong. Gives it an 8, and so does Darth Kato. All righty, we've got another 8. And after that, we have Jackson Raykirk saying 8. Crazy Hungarian gives it an 8. And then we have a 7 from Eric and Boyd. Attacked by the spaghetti pasta people, says Tony Hayes. MK, wow, again, I haven't seen Brian's song in so long, but I will go with Brian's song. Tony Hayes is saying 9. Alrighty. Here we go. And we've got 8. This would have worked in the background color was black instead of orange. If the black, the color was black instead of orange. It says 1 slick, giving it an 8. And let's see, a 9 from Desert Rose. Al dente, I don't know what he's talking about. You get him, Pistachio. You have a fan club. Alrighty, let's see. You mean you haven't seen Bang the Drum? Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Such a cutie, but he really is. He's adorable. He is my boy. You're just a pain in the butt right now. Alrighty, and Ethereal Dragon gives it a 5. Right. Okay, my phone does not want to write. Okay, let's see. Pistachio tweets comments. Hey, that is kind of cool. All right, let's get the stop. Or the STP, because I missed the O and I'm too lazy to go back. All right, and this one had 1 6 and 1 7, taking out 2 of those 4 9s, and then 7 8s, taking on the last 2 9s. This is an 8. All right, where'd I go? Oh, there it is. All righty. So far, the least of the night. As we have 3 10s, 4 9s, and 1 8. Okay, we are 2/3 of the way through this, and it is 101. Okay, we might actually be on the right path. Let me see. I'll go for book 9. All right, go for book 9. And here we go. I got to flip the page without losing all the papers here. Here we are. Pinocchio, Nookie-Owl. That's how Ashley used to say it when she was a little baby. She would ask to put on the movie. What movie do you want to watch? Nookie-Owl. Nookie-Owl. All righty. And let's see what the... Oh, no, I've got to bring up the thing for Eric. Here is issue number... I'm thinking it might be 9. Yep, it's 9.
I'm going to say 9.
All righty. And what he's in a kind of a weird position, but it's a kind of a human position, tell you the truth. I mean, a lot of times when people in comics are bent, they don't have the hump in the back that you normally would, especially if weight is being put down on. You can actually see the weight that the girl is causing on his arm as he's holding her, because he's also sort of leaning towards there. This is not a stagnant picture. This picture has motion to it. I dig on that. I also like the lighting. You can see it coming from the top, which is making the darker shade on the other side of the tree. It gives an explanation for that. Now, of course, the tree is shaded, but the woman isn't. I get that because you want to show her face. But still, yeah, this is a 10. I like that. I like the details on this one. All right, let's go to the chat where Eric and Boyd is giving this a 9. So is Jim, but Crazy Hungarian gives this an 8. All righty. Okay, here's two. Both have De Niro in it. Cape Fear remake or The Fan? I'll say 10. This gives me cliffhanger vibes, says MK. I've seen The Fan. It's okay. Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro. Wesley Snipes plays a baseball player, and I do believe that it is a remake. But Cape Fear is also a remake, and it's done so much better. De Niro deserved his Oscar nom. How about you, Eric? What do you say on that choice?
I'm trying to remember if I've seen the Cape Fear remake. I know I love the original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good movie. With
Yeah,
Robert
I've
Mitchum.
seen The Fan.
Yeah. Robert Mitchum and Gregory Peck.
Yes.
Okay.
Who both are in the sequel.
Yeah. As lawyers and a detective, if I remember correctly. Okay, and let's see. Dixie Normus gives this a 9, saying, I go The Fan. All righty. And then we have Cape Fear from Desert Rose. I'm going to go for The Fan here, although De Niro is a nut in both, says MK. MK, not sure I've seen The Fan. I think I missed that one. It was on. And the Jacksons of Raykirks say 9. And then we have an 8 from Ethereal Dragon. Alrighty, and with that, oh, one slick just popped in with a 9. I think it's supposed to be a cave with a stalactites. Okay, I did not get cave from it. But it kind of looks like a tree. It does. I did not get the cave thing at all. All righty, let me give the 9 here. And we have 2 8s. And we have, they're taking out 2 of the 4 10s. And then the 7 9s knock out 2 10s. And the 9s have 5 left. So that's where it goes. All righty, cool, cool, cool. And let's see, go for book 10. So what do you guys think of the brisker yet more focused show that we're doing tonight? Let me know in the chats. Obviously, we do miss the Lesters, if not RDV and Pixel as well. All righty, and this is hopefully issue number 10. What do we got? Yep, it's issue number 10. Oh, yeah. It's fine. This is like yesterday. We had a hard time with books where everything was good except for the hero. The foot just looks weird. The guys in the background, the whole thing has a 1970s action movie poster vibe. It's just the way that Jon Sable is drawn, specifically the left leg. I'm going to go 7. Eric, what do you think?
Well, this is, it's like to juxtapose Jon Sable and B.B. Flemm, his child author nom de plume. And I love it. It's a 10.
All right. Now we go to the chat. Let's see. Did he do good observation? One slick says works for me. Okay. I did not see the fan then. All right. Okay. Hold on. Love the speed, but missed the girl, says Jackson. It's all good, says Eric and Boyd. Jim gives this a 5. Hungarian gives this a 6. All righty. And then we have a 7 from Ethereal and a 6 from Eric and Boyd. How about the Scout or Little Big Lead? This Albert Brooks. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm a huge Albert Brooks fan, man. So I go the Scout. And I'll say 7, says MK. 8 from Jackson Raykirk, and Dixie Enormous gives this a 6. All righty, an 8 and a 6. And then we have one like 8. I think it would have looked better if he left the running pose off the cover. Yeah, just in all honesty, just get Jon Sable doesn't have to be there. He almost looks like an afterthought anyway. All righty, and let's see. He says 8. Ted, I like covers like this, says Darth Kato, skis the yawn. 7 from Desert Rose. And then we have clears his throat, right? BB Flemm. All righty. Eric and Boyd saying I probably went too low. You want to pick it up a bit? Okay, we got the stop. Please raise my score to an 8. I will do that, Eric and Boyd. We get rid of one of the 6s, and we pop it up to an 8. And what we have, and by the way, scores actually matter. I know I go slow. I'm slow about it, but I really do occasionally put the scores together and put out a video ranking them. They don't do well, but they get out there because I figured scoring different. It could have been 2 different videos. Okay, so we have 1 5 taking out one of the 2 10s. We have 2 6s. There goes the last 10. I used to count the empty spaces, so it would have been 10 and the 9. But we go to the 8 with 2 left. We have 4 7s versus 2 8s. This is another 7, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, holy crap. This is the only 7, ladies and gentlemen. All righty, which leaves us 1 7, 1 8, 5 9s and 3 10s so far as we go to book 11. And we're back to Eric here. Yeah, for book 11. Alrighty. Fun times. So are you enjoying the Jon Sable covers? I mean, this was kind of out of left field for Marv Wolfman. We could have stuck with the mainstream and everything, but we tried to get Jon Sable on this out of with voting for it. It never worked. So here you go. What do you, let me get book 11 for Eric. And whoops, here you go. What do you think?
I'm going to go 8.
Alrighty. Not a fan, huh?
It's just not.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I said it's. I know it was to showcase this character, but yeah, I don't know if they, the way Grell likes to mix in, like have his covers tell stories. It'd have been cool if he could have found a way to fit Sable in there somewhere, but he didn't. So I mean, it's just, to me, it's just kind of like I don't know. I'll make it a 9. I'll get 9.
Okay. I got it. Now, what's his name has been asking some questions. So I've got a question that I have kind of wrestled with if I did the right thing or not. When I went to the Comic-Con and I met Mike Grell, I bought one of his prints. And he said it was like $20 for the print, $25 or $30 if you wanted him to autograph it. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to get the autograph version. Okay. And then he said, do you want me to personalize it? And I said, yes, I want my name right there on it. Do you think I made the bad choice? Because of, the resale value is better if it's not. But my thought was, I am never going to fucking sell this because it's Mike Grell's autograph. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Eric, how do you feel about that one?
Well, also, I've never asked anybody to sign anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just not, it's not an interest of mine. But if I did, I would absolutely want it to be personalized because, again, like I said, they appreciate it more because they know you're not going to flip it. And, even though obviously they're not going to remember you 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, obviously.
At least, for that one moment, that guy who you liked enough to have them sign something that you paid for, knew your name. Even if it's just for a minute.
Okay, so I disagree with you. I think the colors on this, the art, the cat is gorgeous, by the way. I give this a 10. To me, it's an easy 10. Alrighty, and let's see. We go to the chat. And let's see. The faster pace means I can't get something to drink or snack, says Desert Rose. All right, guys. I had a little conversation there. Give you a little time for snacking. One slick dude is digging on the Sable, and so is Desert Rose. Jackson says, Maggie! That's pistachio. And Crazy Hungarian starts us off with a 9, and Eric and Boyd agrees. All righty. And then we have an 8 from Jim, and then a 10 from Desert Rose saying, I like the black kitty. Okay. I take my coffee like I take my men. Strong and black. And Jim says, One Slick says 9, solid cover. And Darth Kato says 10. It's perfect. That was my Eartha Kitt impersonation. Alrighty. The only other Eartha Kitt impersonation I do is from the movie Boomerang. I got the costume. People who saw it will know. Love Grell, but overall his faces male and female look like. John Byrne, Jack Kirby. There are so many people who are exactly like that. Jackson Raykirk says 8. My favorite cover of the night so far, says Darth Kato. Ethereal Dragon says 8. I have many items personalized to someone else. Doesn't bother me as I know it was done for a real fan. As a matter of fact, I sold 3 Sergeant Rocks to one slick that have Joe Kubert. I kept one cover for myself. I don't care if it says to Bob. It's Kubert's signature. Do you know what you're never going to get live is his signature. So yeah. Let's see. I think this is going to be my new wallpaper for my phone, says Darth Kato. When I get autographs, I'm obligated, by the way, to have my family on my phone, so I've got twiddles. Let's see. When I get autographs from famous people, I do it just to get to speak to them. The signature is really secondary for me, says Desert Rose. Let's see. I love Barry Windsor Smith. He has the same issues with the noses. Yep. Not a fan of Barry Windsor Smith's women's
I've got an MK30 question.
Okay.
All right. I just turn on ABC for a second. Jimmy Kimmel is interviewing Mark Hamill. Okay, what would you rather do? Have to listen to that or participate in a demolition derby and you didn't get a car?
I think the demolition derby would be less dangerous.
It would probably be less painful because it would be
Painful,
over.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that is a lefty explosion.
You could not pay me enough to listen to that.
Yeah. When is Twiddle getting a mate? Well, this ethereal is Pistachio. Twiddles is the channel mascot. Twiddles died a year and a half ago. I didn't know he was on my back, and I went outside, and he was scared by I was throwing away garbage, and he was scared by the lid falling, and he flew off my back, and he landed in a driveway, and he was the brightest thing in the room, and a hawk saw him, came down, and it was a falcon. No, it was a hawk. Thankfully, it was a hawk. He came down and grabbed Twiddles. I actually saw Twiddles turn to his side and put his little feet out and look at these little tiny things in defense. And I heard him squeal. And I saw the hawk fly away. I was actually very close to kicking the hawk. If I had dived on him, maybe I could have killed it. I would not have been able to save Twiddles because we read. Gail was wondering how Twiddles died, so he looked and they found out why we're glad it's not a falcon. It's because a falcon would have grabbed him and then began to eat him while he was still alive. The hawk has pincers, and when he grabbed Twiddles, he pierced him and he killed him instantly. That was what I heard. Why am I describing this in this detail? I don't know. Anyway, I decided from that day forward, Twiddles will be the mascot. I don't know where I was going with this horrible, horrible story. There you go. All right. On the same day, Pistachio, we get a call, and my niece says her friend can't keep her bird, and you love birds, so why don't you take them? And thankfully, we did. So this is Pistachio. There you go. All righty. Anyway, that's the story. What are we doing about? Are we doing a new cover? Did we do 12? We haven't done 12. Did I rank 11? I don't think I did. Okay, so what we got here, or am I done? Am I done with the numbers? I confused myself. Sorry, guys. I went on a tangent. Dixie Normus says 7. All right. Yeah, it Desert Rose, in all honesty, it really was, because I hear it all the time, you know? And I did, yeah, anyway, go get your snack now, Rose. That's awesome. Okay, so we have 1-7 taking out one of the 3 10s, and then we've got 4 8s taking out the last 2 10s and 2 of the 5 9s. This is another 9, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I disagree. It is a 10, but that's not the way this thing goes. And let's go for book 12. All right. And speaking of pistachio, Master of Disguise or Mask 2? No. 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 Oh, no. All righty. Let's see. Book number 12 looks a lot like this right here. All right. This one could be considered, I mean, the desert, or not the desert, but the trees and everything, and the words, everything is good. The drawing of Sable is a little bit there. I'm thinking I'm not ending on a 10. I'm ending on a 9. All right, Eric, what do you think?
I'm right there with you.
All right. And with that, let's see. Everyone have a good evening. I hope your week will be great. Gots to go, says Eric and Boyd. All righty. We're waiting for the votes on the 12. Jim Sorensen says 9. Jackson Rakert says 10. All righty. Darth Cato says 8. And I'm going to agree with them. 9, it's good, but the MIA is distracting, says One Slick. And let's see, we get the good night.
And you're gone.
Oh, well, the last scores I got were from One Slick Dude. Oh, there's Desert Rose with a 9. Okay. And what's better remake, The Thing or The Blob? Better remake? Okay. Now, if you're meaning the 1982 thing from, obviously, because it was a remake of A Thing from Another World, that is one of the greatest horror films of all time. But do not sleep on The Blob. It will devour you. It's actually, the 1988 Blob is a good movie. Have you ever seen that one?
I've seen the original on both. I've never seen the remakes.
Oh, dude, you got some good movie watching right there if you decide to take that shot. All right, Dixie Normus says I-28. Okay. Let's see. E is pulling J Giles. Freeze frame. Ding, 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 ding. Okie dokie. So let me get the stop. If you haven't voted, please do. All right. But for now, I'm going to get the stop. And what we got here is 3 8s, taking out that 1, 10, and 2 of the 6 9s. This is yet another 9, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let us move this up. Moving on up. And let me show these things off here. I've never said that outside of a strip joint before. Okay. There we go. Oh, and I got to share the... Here we go. And this is what we ended up with, kids. Let me see. Okay, and this is what we ended up with. At number 12, we have one. I don't even remember the issue number. So we got 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 9s tonight. And then we have what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9, and then 3 10s. Okay, so obviously we're only doing the 9s and we're doing the 10s today, kids. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All righty. Wow. And then the 10s with a 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let me show off the 9s again. Have a good night, Jackson. Let's see if I can't find. We had this is book 1. Alrighty, and this is book 2. Book 3. Book 4. Book 5. Book 6. And book 7. Alrighty, let me get the 9s in the chat for you guys. And here we go, Eric. What is your favorite and least favorite of the 9s?
You know, I do find it interesting that we're going to take the time to go through this and then send the naked girl to the bracket challenge.
We will. That is 100%. I think what's going to happen.
My favorite of the 9s is the second one, the cover for number 1. My least favorite is the last one.
All right. And goodness, I am caught between the Black Cat and book 4, in all honesty. Overall, I think book 4. 4 is my favorite, and I just love the whole, I mean, it's just dynamic to me. My least favorite, however, I agree with you, book 7. All righty, let's go to the chat where Jim is saying 4 is his favorite and 3 is his least favorite. Okay, and then Darth Kato says 6 is his favorite, the Black Cat, and 2 is his least favorite, 2 being issue number 1. Okay, and Crazy Hungarian comes in with 4 being his favorite and least favorite being book 7. All right. And MK is saying, how about Apocalypse Now or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? And for the 9s, 5 is best. Alrighty, and 3 is the least best. All right, and for me, I like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest better than Apocalypse Now. There are parts of Apocalypse Now I like a lot, but overall, I think it's kind of a pretentious film. It's not as bad as The Deer Hunter, but yeah, it's good. It's just, All right, Desert Rose says 6 and 3.
Wait a minute. Apocalypse Now is a pretentious film, but not as bad as The Deer Hunter. I have a 3-word response to that.
Okay.
You like sticks.
Okay, you know what? You want to talk music? I get it. You worked at a record store. You could probably kick my ass and all sorts of information. But I have my reasons on these things. Apocalypse Now, like I said, Apocalypse Now is a collection of scenes. It is not a coherent story. And if you watch a better movie, by the way, Hearts of Darkness, which is the documentary of how it was made, it's so much a better movie. You'll see why it watches like that. It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it does go on, and it is pretentious. But I said that Deer Hunter is more so, mainly because of the 3-hour wedding before you even get to Vietnam in this Vietnam movie. It was just dull. I get it. You want to build up the characters, but there's no momentum to it. There's no momentum to the story until they get out of the small town and into Vietnam with the Deer Hunter. All righty. Let's see. Where did I leave off? It was Desert Rose. 5. Desert Rose says 6 and 3, right? Did I already do that? Let me see. 1, 6. Yeah, I already did Desert Rose. Dixie Normus. I read that. Didn't I? I screamed Dixie Normus, right? Okay. 1, 5. Is there another 5 up here? For the 9s, 5 is the best. Okay, I haven't done Dixie Normus. So here is 5 and 2. Let's see. Ethereal Dragon says 1 and 6. So at least right now, somebody has voted some way or another on everything. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, great movie, and I'm not really a fan of Apocalypse Now, says Darth Kato. And I agree. Yay, there's company, except in this case, 2 guys and 1 chick sits in K. All righty, there we go. Is that what we've got for the 9s? All righty, let me get the stop. If you haven't voted yet, feel free to do so. I will add it in there, but let's ratio this shit. All righty, and boom. Hey, here's a question. And Eric, if you can think of one, by all means, I'm asking the chat as well. A movie everybody in the world seems to love and you just don't get it. Why is this a loved film? As I try to find a clear loser, which we do have one, and that is book 3, which has no positives and 3 negatives. Alrighty. Oh, no, that isn't the worst. The worst is 7 with 0 positives and 4 negatives. Okay. I got to cross these off as I go. And then the only other one to end negatively is 2. So it goes all the way down here because it had 1 positive and 2 negatives. And let's see, we have 1 vote here, and that is the only 1 voter, and that is book 1. So it goes here. And then we have 2 voters, but 1 has a negative. So book 6 stays where it is. And then book 5 stays where it is. And book 4 is the top of the 9. So we got 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. And let us go to the 10s, where we will do exactly what Eric just said. All righty. Goodness. When I was in high school, I had 2 chemistry partners that were guys, and I was the chick, and everybody called us the Mod Squad. All righty. Deer Hunter is a masterpiece, and Michael Cimino's direction is exceptional, making the film a phenomenal experience. I'm glad you think so. I've seen that movie multiple times. I've only seen the wedding scene twice. I was just bored off my ass over it. But hey, that just means your time was spent better than my time was. Let's see, Guardians of the Galaxy for Jim. And the Batman 22, I hate that movie with every fiber of my being, says Darthgato. I love it. But, you know, that's the point of horse racing, I guess, or that's what makes horse racing. Eric, what do you think about – oh, let me go through it one more time. For our 10s, this is book 1. And we have book 2. And we have book 3. Eric, what is your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite is the first one.
Okay.
And I think my least favorite is the 3rd.
Wow.
I gave them all 10, so some had to go.
I am going 3 and 2 for mine. Let's go to the chat where we've got 2 and 1 from Ethereal. All righty. And now everything is represented on both sides. Jim says 3 and 2. And then Darth Kato says 2 and 1. And Crazy Hungarian says 1 and 2. And Desert Rose says 2 and 1. And MK says, how about this? Wait until Dark or Play Misty for me. The better movie and the better story. 10's best is 3. Worst is 2. Let's see. Dixie Normus says 3 and 2. All right. Okay, to answer the question, I love both movies. Play Misty for me is awesome, and it's probably the better story, but the better movie, the most tension, the better directed film is Wait Until Dark. And oddly enough, Alan Arkin makes a great villain. He is really good in that movie. What do you think, Eric, as far as those 2 movies?
I haven't seen Play Misty for me since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Wait Until Dark is a great movie, but it's about as believable as Superman.
Okay, yeah.
But they said he was great and she was great.
Yeah.
So, man, that's a tough call, but I've got to go Wait Until Dark, I think, if I had to pick one.
That was actually it was Aubrey, not Aubrey Plaza, Audrey
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. That was kind of a revelation for her. Yeah. Let's see. We didn't get any more votes, so I'm going to put
she was in a movie called The Children's Hour, where she was. She and Shirley MacLaine play lesbians, although they couldn't really come out and say so.
Shirley MacLaine's done that a couple of times, by the way.
But yeah, so I mean, she wasn't playing. Not a trace of Holly Golightly in that one either.
Yeah.
So I mean, I knew she could act, but yeah, she was really, really good in that.
All righty, let's see. Do we have a clear loser? Yes, we do, kids. With 3 positives and 5 negatives. Book 2 goes to the back. And then we have 2 positives and 3 negatives for number 1. And Eric called it with 4 positives and 1 negative. Book 3 here wins and goes to the bracket fights. And I'm telling you, I think this, depending on what it goes against, I don't know. I see this going at least 2 rounds. What do you think?
It's a very good cover. I mean, it
is.
I just like the simplicity of the second one. To me, it's, I don't know. I said you can't go wrong. I mean, like I said, they were all 10s for a reason.
Yeah, there's some great books here.
And I am
this
really
was
struggling
fun.
with I'm struggling with your question too.
Finding a movie that everybody else loves that you.
I mean, I've got mine for music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say MC5. I just don't get it. Kick out the jams. Yeah, everybody says it's great. I give it a shot about once a year.
Yeah, and I have to remove all the songs that I just grew tired of, because at one point in time I loved those too. Me and Gail is a Bon Jovi fan, to the extreme, but even she talks about how she could go her entire life without hearing what is that song again? Oh, she's asleep. What is it? Tommy and Gina working at the dock.
Oh yeah,
Living on a Prayer. Yeah, I'm the same way as far as Bon Jovi is concerned with Wanted Dead or Alive. If I never hear that song again, I'm fine. Styx, I've got one. I love the song Babe. I've heard it. I'm done. Because on radio, usually they play 3 or 4 Styx songs, and that's it.
Somebody on Twitter posted yesterday, what's better, Hotel California or Rumors? And I said, tough call, love them both. Would be okay if I never heard either one of them again.
Yeah, it's just as far as movies, there are some movies that you are told you must like. It's just, these are the classics. These are the ones that are going to go. These are the big ones, the best of them. I mentioned The Deer Hunter. Congratulations if you love it, fine. But the most famous film that everybody and their brother loves, and I didn't get it from the beginning. Not that I didn't understand the film, I didn't get it. I guess it's it could be one of those things like, even if my dad explained this to me about TV, even if you weren't a fan of Westerns, you would have loved Bonanza, because it was the first color show, the first TV show in color. So when you saw it in color, that's the TV show you'd want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the same thing happened with Space Odyssey. All right. Yeah. No. What is it?
2001: A Space
2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah. I heard everybody and their brother loves that, and you know what? I could do this with Kubrick down the line. I'm supposed to love Clockwork Orange. It's okay. It's a good film. I don't like it as much as everybody in the world does. It's fine. Kubrick, The Shining. I mean, for what it is, it's good, but it's not a great Shining that was the first Stephen King movie that I read the book first, which I learned don't do that with Stephen King if you could possibly do that. Because I had seen Christine, and that's what led me to wanting to read Stephen King, and yeah, I'm not a big Stanley Kubrick fan. Full Metal Jacket, great flick, loved it. I even liked AI, but that's directed by Steven Spielberg from a Kubrick script. So yeah, my movie would have to be 2001: Space Odyssey.
I've ever seen that, actually.
Let's see. My favorite cover of the night was the horsey horn one. Says MK MC5. Now we're talking straight from Detroit. Says Lark Mark. My favorite cover was the Black Cat Masterpiece. That was a good one too. I like that. My choice was between those two. MK. Say again.
Governor Piece.
Governor Piece. I apologize. To answer, I love a question for me. Probably Jaws. Go yourself, MK. You go yourself and die. I'm sorry. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. The concept for me has always been a little silly. They act like the shark is evil, but they're in his territory. They're hunting him. No, they don't. They don't treat him as evil. They treat him exactly. I mean, he's described in the film as the perfect killing machine. All he does is eat, swim, and make little sharks. That's it. And it's not they never treat him as evil. But yeah, they are in fact hunting him because he found a food source, the beaches off of Amity Island. And the only way they could save lives and get the businesses and all that kind of stuff is to get rid of the fish. I love the 3 cover, but I had to go with the horsey on 2, says Desert Rose. Woman or horse? I go horse, says Desert Rose. You know what? Me too. Yeah, MK saying, oh yeah, The Shining too. I always felt it was a tad overrated, honestly, but it's not horrible. All right. Yeah, I hate 2001: Space Odyssey too. I fell asleep several times. It's once again, by the way, if you watch the film, it is a series of scenes. It's not a straight narrative. Now, at least Clockwork Orange is a straight narrative. Shining is a narrative. Full Metal Jacket, a full narrative. But 2001: Space Odyssey, no. I love
Okay,
me some Shining.
What movie did Lorena Bobbitt like better? Looking for Mr. Goodbar or Doom Generation?
Oh, I like the pull on Doom Generation. By the way, you could have also gone I Spit on Your Grave. I saw a movie called Gore Horror where the zombie hooker bit a guy's penis off. I would have to probably go with that. Yeah. Alex Changlatine really loves Jaws. Yeah, it is one of, if not my favorite film. I would say one of, because Raiders is absolutely my favorite film. I recently saw Jaws on the big screen though, and I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen it on the big screen, you haven't seen it. It is so awesome. Let's see. I hated Cujo, says Dark Admiral. The only thing I liked about 2001 was Sprach Zarathustra, after that, I didn't care about the film, says Desert Rose. I could see dog lovers hating Cujo.
You know what's terrible is Vivian Kubrick has an X account that I follow, and she's constantly defending her dad's conservatism.
Really?
Yeah. Said he would have, if his dad, if her dad were still alive, he would absolutely be all in on Trump.
I wonder if he would get the Woody Allen treatment, or would he get the what? Oh goodness gracious! No, the Elia. Here's another one. Elia Kazan, or would he get the Woody Allen treatment?
No. Explain.
No, not the Woody Allen treatment. Not Woody Allen. Freaking Roman Polanski. Okay.
Did Kubrick do something that?
No, but no, you're saying that he's a conservative. If he were alive today, would he be getting treated like Elia Kazan? Ilya, thank you. Or Roman Polanski. Now, Ilya Kazan, he was one of the few people who named names in the trial. So even though he created all these great films and everything, people think he's absolute trash. Roman Polanski literally raped a 13-year-old girl and got a fucking standing ovation at the Oscars. one was not the way everybody wanted him to vote, and the other one was. One just said, yeah, they're communists, which now people would point and go, yeah, they're communists. And the other one literally raped a 13-year-old girl.
Well, like I said,
and is praised.
Well, as I said, Hollywood is. To this day, I can't understand why they ever blackballed Kevin Spacey.
I know, right?
I think they were guilted into it.
I will tell you something you might not know because you don't follow this kind of thing. In the same year that they had blackballed and they canceled Kevin Spacey and they kicked him out of Hollywood and all that, they had nominated for Best Picture a movie called I think it was Call Me by Your Name or something like that, and it was about the same thing that Kevin Spacey was doing, except for both characters were praised. And it was about an older gay guy going after a younger gay guy, like a ridiculously younger gay guy. And that's exactly what they were canceling Kevin Spacey for doing.
Well, okay, but I'll defend that in the regard that one was fiction and one was reality. Yeah. And in a place where it's hard, where a lot of its fans and its participants have trouble separating, it looks like in this case they did. So, if for what that's worth, I mean, I said it's not a subject matter that I'd spend 2 hours watching, but I said it's better to see it on a screen than in real life, because in real life it's beyond despicable.
Okay, you guys are about to see something precious because he's doing his dance right now. His happy dance. Are you going to do it for everybody? Let's see. Jaws is a natural evil that need to be eliminated. However, people often forget the other villain of the film, which is the mayor. A villain in the fact that he wanted to keep the town open and make money. Okay, it's fine. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, but if you have to pick Cocaine Bear, Meth Gator, or Jaws 3, which would you pick? I like Jaws 3, by the way. It was filmed in SeaWorld. And I love that about it. But Cocaine Bear is just so much fun. Let's see. The Howl 3. The Howl is that's a good scene. This weekend was the first time I saw Jaws without commercials, says Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, DVD and Blu-ray have existed. Let's see. Yes, I agree. I've actually watched Jaws.
No, now, I understand that ESPN just bought the rights to the DVDs, and going forward, there will be commercials. If you're a sports fan, you got that.
Okay.
Any NFL fan got that reference.
Yes, I agree. Having actually watched Jaws for the first time last Thursday, I agree. I had never actually watched the movie in full before. It was so worth it. I'm thinking of, I don't know is it going on past Thursday? If it is, I am taking my family. I just have to take the kids to see Jaws, even if I have to force them. Let's see. I always saw the dog as innocent and Cujo. Absolutely. Obviously, with rabies, he's a monster at this point, but he's a victim of it as well.
MK's last one, I'm impressed with that one.
What?
The last comment.
Oh, I'm way up here. What's his last comment? 2 movies I've always liked comparing Silver Bullet or American Werewolf in London. That one? Mainly
because I don't know who remembers Silver Bullet. Besides us, obviously, because we're talking about it. But
yeah,
I actually went to the theater to see that. We got tickets for that from one of our college professors.
Hold on, I got to look up the line here because I remember the way Gary Busey says it, but I don't remember what leads up to it. But Silver Bullet. I have loved this quote from Silver Bullet since I first saw it. I always thought I always thought he was lucky to have the wheelchair. And then as I grew up, I was like, he's not lucky to be in a wheelchair. There you go. I'm a little too old to be playing Hardy Boys meets Reverend Werewolf. I loved that line when I first, I laughed my ass off, man. That is so fun. Hey, Leon, thank you for the super sticker. It's very kind of you.
I haven't seen Silver Bullet since I saw it in the theater, and what would have been like 1986, 85, 86.
Yeah.
I
have it on DVD.
I don't think I do.
I
saw American Werewolf in London in the theater also.
Uh-huh.
It's,
I did not.
Oh God! When one guy goes, something like the effect of like, "It's no fun being dead, Jack. It's boring."
Yeah, get serious, will you?
Because it's one of the guys that he killed, one of his friends that he killed, as the werewolf, and he's hallucinating, seeing him in the movie theater.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Never watched Cujo, but my mother did and said the book was better. Yeah. Of course, she was more biased, being an avid student. So was I. The thing is, this is big spoiler on the book. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like the ending of Cujo because everybody lives. And I don't mean everybody. Obviously, side characters and such get killed. But it almost seems the ending of the book makes the story gratuitous, because it kind of just the whole Stephen King felt the mother needed to be punished because she had an affair, and therefore she killed the kid. And I didn't like that, because you didn't punish the mother, really. You punished the kid ultimately. So I don't know. That was one of the few cases I thought the movie was better with Stephen King. And there was a while where I was collecting Stephen King movies. I would buy all of them. I would love to find Needful Things again. I love that movie. Funny how Joe McCarthy has been vindicated, even though he was blackballed by history. Exactly. Bryan Singer, another example of he dated and went after the younger guy. Milo Yiannopoulos actually talked about this, and he says, well, this is actually our culture. A lot of times a young gay guy hooks up with an older gay guy, and he kind of navigates being gay. So that, according to what Milo Yiannopoulos was saying, the whole thing is actually gay cultural. Let's see. I'm a big fan of his books and movies. I think the book's a little darker. One key character. Yep. Well, I just spoiled it. Jaws is the beginning of my fear of water. I actually have a story about that. I know I've told it here before, but it's not one where I'm a projection. It's not one I've done that to. But we lived off of Tampa Bay, and we would often go fishing. That was dinner. And sometimes our families would even send us, because we loved going on the boat and we loved fishing. And obviously it wasn't a big sailboat. It was like a rowboat. And we'd just go throw a couple of lines. We'd come in. I was young. I was maybe 5 or 6 at the time. And my friends were on the boat already. And I was like, come on, get me. I showed up late. They're already on the boat and they're fishing. And I said, come on, guys, come get me. I want to fish. And they say, no, you got to swim. And I started out and I started swimming. And then I hear them, get the hell out of the water, get out of the water. So I swim over to a rock really fast. I'm like, and when I got on the rock, I saw a shark swim around the rock. Now, I was told it was a tiger shark. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I was too young. And at this point in time, the shark was probably only about yay. But to me, it has grown to be a monster. So
it's Jaws now.
It's Jaws. Yeah, it's Jaws now. But they say the fish always get bigger in the telling. But
there's a reason why they call them fish stories.
There you go. But I never really got afraid of the water. One time actually is I was on the beach. The family, the entire family, like moms, dads, aunts, uncles, everybody shared a timeshare condo. You never do this, by the way. You will not get out of it. But I went onto the beach, just taking a walk, seeing what I could see, just enjoying. And I went in to do some body surfing, and it was raining at the time. And I'm out there, and I'm up to my chest because the tides come in. It's great body surfing, by the way. But I'm up to my chest, and I look around. I am the only fucking person in the water, and I was like, I just psyched myself out. I said, if I go down, nobody's noticing. Not just like shark or something, but if I'm carried away by a tide or anything. And I scared the shit out of myself about being afraid of the water that day. The mayor is always wearing gray like the shark. Further, they made it very clear in a scene or two that he was obsessed more with greed in the images. Yeah, that is true. 2 movies I've always liked compare. Okay, we got that one. The sticker. Thank you very much again for the super sticker there, Leon. By the way, wild animals are natural evil, and when presented this way, makes for a complex narrative. There's a difference between dealing with them and the moral evil. Little man, you are just going crazy, aren't you? He's doing his little dance back and forth. I think he wants to. Oh, there he goes. You're good. You're good. Let's see. I didn't know why the YouTube chat autocorrected me and typed immoral hinges. Say person literally makes 0 sense. I know, right? Let's see. I made the mistake of loaning out Rose Red. Never got it back. That movie goes for bank last time. Wow. I found a copy at a flea market for $2. I don't think a lot of people know that some DVDs go for money. So it is possible to find valuable DVDs at flea markets. My sister has every Stephen King book ever written. I used to, but I stopped collecting at around, I think at the end of the, what do you call it? The 7-book series, Dark Tower. I'm reading the first of them now. I had it for 20 years, by the way. I should show you this copy. But I had this copy of The Gunslinger for, well, not 20 years. At this point, it's almost 40. That's an old ass book. But I never read it before. I've had this book for 40 years, never read it. Read like the opening chapter many, many times and just put it down. It never grabbed me. And then when we moved, I put it on our back porch because it was screened in and it got rained on. It got it looks like it had been read a million times, but I opened it to read it for the very first time. Just reading it now. I'm halfway through. It's a good book. Let's see. Kids thinking Jaws was going to fly out of everybody. I actually, there was a skit on like Fridays or Saturday Night Live or something where Jaws came out of the tub. And I thought that would actually happen. I was a little kid. What you gonna do? Let's see about these two, Death Wish or Deliverance. Oh, Deliverance. I like Death Wish, but Deliverance is a great fucking film. How about you, Eric? Where do you stand?
Deliverance is the answer to a question. Great movie that you never want to see again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Let's see. Oh, by the way, American Werewolf in London is better than Silver Bullet, but Silver Bullet is a lot of fun. Alrighty, let's see. I don't like Deliverance. I do not remember Death Wish. I guess I didn't see it. Yeah. Let's see. Dog on Blu-ray goes for crazy money. I got that. That reminds me of Child's Play. After that movie came out, the My Buddy line died out. It just came back earlier this year. Says MK. I did tell you about the Fanta flavor at Walmart, right? It's there's a Chucky Fanta flavor. It looks like blood. Alrighty. Well, let's see. What are we talking about this time? Everything. I'm sure if Mom was still around like your sister, she would also have every Stephen King book she had around. Yeah, I'm starting back up. I wanted to read a few more novels that didn't have to do with the comic book industry. I'm I'm in the middle of like 3 books. The history of Wonder Woman, which is basically a history of the Marston family, and Joe Simon's autobiography. I actually have that on the floor right in front of me here, and the Stephen King Gunslinger. So I'm in the middle of these 3 books, as well as a graphic novel called Project Pegasus, which is from Marvel 2-in-1s, which I'm sure you read, Eric.
What?
But Project Pegasus.
Oh yeah, but
yeah,
Project Pegasus.
Yeah, from Marvel 2-in-1. Good
Oh,
stuff.
oh yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, great story.
Leon is asking, "Am I in the new place?" Yes, I am. I could now that Gail's goes, I could show you the room. There is stuff on the floor because I'm trying to find places for it. But yep, this is the not put together room yet. That is a weird closet. I've never seen a closet that didn't start at the ground. Yeah, but I'm trying to. I was trying to get those DVDs and games onto that little shelf. This is, of course, our comic book shelf. And I'm going to be putting the green screen behind me here. I like this little wall right here. It's got kind of a 3-panel wall right here. I want to put the green screen there. It just seems natural, but I couldn't find a way to do the auction that way yet. If I can, I'm going to do that. But yeah, this is the new room. We got here and it was almost like a lot of weight just bled away. By the way, we're being evicted. We got the paperwork from Canterbury. We're going to send a message saying we're already out. You don't have to do the hearing. We know we owe the money and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's so freaking relaxed now, man. Just being out of that place it's a different mindset.
Well, if they ever do come after you, do you have in local news for years, we had a guy named Howard Ain, and when companies were screwing people, they would go to him. He would do stories on the news, drawing attention to it.
Yeah.
And obviously nobody wants that kind of bad press. So I said, if you ever, see if there's somebody like that in your local news, and if they come after you, just threaten to go have a chat with that guy.
My mom, I was talking to her today, and she goes, "You should call the health department on your last place and talk about how there's black mold in every apartment, because there literally is."
Yeah, that's what this guy would do. Like, you tell him that, and he'd say, "And this so-and-so place has black mold that the landlords refused to fix, and then tried to charge more rent to the people to tell them to fix it themselves."
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They upped the rent, and when I said we want a lease, they said we're responsible for all of the repairs, all of them, including black mold that we had complained about.
No,
we're responsible for that, and even though nobody else's lease said this, ours did. But you cannot have any pets, even though there's dogs running around with owners, by the way. It's not like the cat situation. They said no pets, including birds and rabbits. You cannot expect me to stay there if you tell me to get rid of my baby boy. It is not happening. Not happening. Not happening. There you go. All right. Let's see. Are you going to put up 8 billion Funko Pops in the background? I hear that's good. Well, you either put that up or you put up all your wall books, which I will do, and statues. Statues will probably go up. I don't know if I'm going to put it behind me. I think I like the green screen. If I can get my better computer running, it will actually do that well. England team could be on the news, but for a good thing, it would be a good thing for a change. But I'm also kind of lucky because the paper says defendant Gale. That is kind of funny, Gail. You have to admit. I'm laughing it up. All right.
French Connection or Dirty Harry?
Ooh, Dirty Harry. I like French Connection a lot. That is a fantastic movie. But I don't know. You know what? French Connection is the thinking man's Dirty Harry. Tell you the truth, but I like Dirty Harry a lot better. How about you?
French Connection is, I think, a better movie.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry's more fun.
Yeah, I can see it.
I said it. You know, Harry Callahan's a superhero.
It's like Braveheart versus Rob Roy. Did you see both of those movies?
No, neither.
Okay, Braveheart. They both deal with William Wallace. Liam Neeson is in Rob Roy, and Mel Gibson, of course, in Braveheart. Braveheart is the big spectacle movie. Rob Roy is a more serious story, and it's just a lot better. It's a better movie, but Braveheart's more fun to watch. Or hey, you could say the same thing about the meteor movies, Armageddon or Deep Impact. Deep Impact actually is more of a movie about what would happen if a meteor was coming down to destroy us all. Armageddon is, as you said, it's a superhero movie, and it's kind of more fun to watch. Slumlord, wow, been years since I've heard that term. Well, Canterbury it's a slum. It really is. More than a couple of people showed me videos of black mold. One guy, like, I thought I had a problem. When I saw their pictures, I said, I do have a problem, but it's not as bad as these people. Like, there was black mold in my basement on a wall. Somebody showed it's going all the way down the stairs and all throughout their basement. It looks like a cave somebody is keeping their murder victims in. It was horrible. And then another a lady across from me showed a video of it was a big rain and water was rushing into her basement from the top window. It's ridiculous. That's Canterbury. Let's see. I think Eric would actually like Braveheart. Probably would. Volcano or Dante's Peak? Every day, twice on Tuesdays. Volcano is okay, but it's, once again, it's fantasy. And of course, at the end, when everybody's covered with ash, everybody's the same now because black and white are finally working together. So you had that pretentious stuff. But Dante's Peak, I just like the story better. And the way Pierce Brosnan was eating peanuts in that one scene at the bar, it was just like nobody will ever do that in real life. But he's like, so we have, and he's like, there was one take where it's like, it's, I know that's a stupid thing to notice, but sometimes I notice that kind of shit. Like, it's like, why are you eating peanuts so badly? It's like I couldn't get my friends to see the naked guy on the side of the road in Twister. We watched it. Yeah, like I said, we used to. I don't know if you guys know this. I was a projectionist in the 90s, and we would watch the films at the end of the evening after the place closed up. Whatever on Thursday night, whatever was open on Friday, we'd watch it. And we're sitting there and we're watching. And I did this too with a girlfriend who thought I was crazy with Betty Boop and Roger Rabbit. But there's a scene. It's where they're, it's time, and they rush in and they're going down, and it's like Bob's Road. Find us a road, Rusty. Find us a road, Rusty. And then they kind of veer off to the highway, and they almost hit the bad guys, caroways and such. But as they're doing this, if you look straight across, there's a naked man just standing there. I didn't know why, but there was a naked man. Did you guys see that? And I told her, I said, I swear to God, I saw a naked man when he's coming. Nobody saw it. Nobody. And we would go to the projector and we'd be watching the screen. You go down into the theater, watching the screen at that moment to see it. I swear to God, I saw a naked man. Come to find out, I was right. With Betty Boop and Roger Rabbit, I was on a date, and there's a scene in it's the scene in the Ink and Paint Club, and Betty Boop goes up to oh goodness gracious, what's his name? Bob Hoskins' character, Eddie, goes up to Eddie Valiant, and she goes, "Oh!" But the thing is, and they did this in the original cartoons. she pulls her shirt down for one frame. And I'm watching it, and I go, and I lean over to not my girlfriend, just a girl I asked out. So we're not actually relationship. And I said, did you see that? And she goes, what? And I said, Betty Boop just showed her boob. Yeah, it didn't work out, by the way. We were friends, but but I could never convince her that Betty Boop actually showed her boob in Roger Rabbit. She did, by the way, because they always put one thing. So there you go. All along, the naked man was England's team. Alrighty. I know I told some long stories there, guys. Those movies with the comics were a race to see who would get more ratings and money. And yeah, probably. A lot of times what happens is they've got a great idea, and then somebody who had something to do with that movie, it leaves one studio and goes to another and carries the idea over. So you got two people with similar ideas. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Rhaegar, when we came in here, there was somebody yelling that Muncie is, yeah, that's okay. Doing a little, yeah. No? Okay. She was actually yelling, Muncie is so corrupt. And we thought she was crazy, but no. Saw Dante's Peak today at Goodwill for $2. So it's a good movie. Long Goodbye or The Getaway. Long Goodbye. I like, if you're talking about Elliot Gould, since they're in the same era, I like the Elliot Gould. Oh, goodness gracious. Philip Marlowe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Getaway?
I would assume the Faye Dunaway, right?
I think it was remade.
Yeah,
but
The Getaway.
I think the original was Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw, wasn't it?
There you go, Steve McQueen and now. What am I thinking? Faye Dunaway, and it's a car movie of some sort. Anyway, yeah, you're right. It was Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw.
Obviously they couldn't do this at the time of the movies, but you know where the Getaway, those characters end up as lepers. It's a Jim Thompson book. Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow.
It does not have a happy ending.
Let's see. With Betty Boop and Roger Rabbit, I was out on a date. For some reason, that's a funny quote. Hey, it did happen. It did happen. Let's see. All righty, kids. We've been at this for a while. John Wick or Scarface? John Wick. Scarface is a great movie, by the way. And I love Al Pacino's crazy Cuban accent as well. But I like John Wick a little bit.
It's the French Connection, Dirty Harry. One's a better movie, one's more fun. Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. One thing I don't like about John Wick, I watch him all the time. I love these movies. I do have trouble with all of them. Like, goddamn, for a while, John Wick is like stairs the movie. It's good Lord, just get him up to the top. All right, we've seen this. You're doing the same thing over and over after a while with all the stairs and getting knocked down.
Yeah, you can talk about John Wick all you want, but I'll take Shoot 'em Up. That's John Wick holding a baby.
Shoot 'em Up is John Wick with a carrot. That was awesome, by the way. But yeah, it was a good movie. I got problems with each of them. Problems, yeah. The one problem I have with John Wick, though, the biggest, is that the bad guys don't understand. You do not have to push the bullet through John Wick. You can stand way, way far away from him and shoot him from a distance. Maybe while he's killing all the people who believe they have to hit him with a gun, is fighting, and okay, there he is, and kapow, headshot, done.
Well, it's not their fault. They read the script and just.
I know, right? But that's one thing. I'm like, why are you running up to him? You've got a gun. Don't run up to him. Don't even get like within 10 feet. You can do this from a distance. That's the one problem I have with John Wick is everybody believes they have to go up and hit him with a gun or something. I don't know. There you go. I think Scarface is boring, but has some good scenes. Also, lots of yelling. For some reason, Al Pacino for a while believed that great acting equals yelling. That's a great ass. That line alone in Heat. Scarface, I know everyone loves. I'm just whatever, and like mob films. They have an honor in John Wick. It's the point. Yeah, okay, yeah. I have to honor you by running up so you can shoot me in the head.
I'll say this: I can't stand the man personally, but yeah, I'm wondering where the next De Niro and Pacino are coming from, and I just don't think there are going to be.
I don't know. Yeah, who seems to be the actors of modern day?
And I'll tell you, one of the problems is, and this goes back to, one of the comments, one of my comments from having seen the first 3 Bond movies is Sean Connery was in his early to mid 30s when he was making those.
Yeah,
he looks 50 if he looks today, because living was harder. A half a century plus ago. And that's when De Niro and Pacino were making their first movies. I mean, Travis Bickle looks like a young man, but he looks like a man.
Yeah.
Guys his age now look like boys because
Timothy Chalamet and what's his name, Tom Holland are the same age.
They look like they could be putting their books in a locker at 90210 high.
A friend of mine made the trek out to Hollywood in the 90s. He wanted to give a shot. And what he found out was they were hiring people who looked young, because then you could play your age, or you could do the high school thing and all that sort of stuff.
But if you go back and look at these, like Cary Grant in his early 30s, looked like a man. Yeah, I said
like a man.
The only 2 actors I can think of off the top of my head that are leading man types that look like men are George Clooney and John Hamm. I mean, like I said, Brad Pitt still looks like, finally now he's in his 50s, but he still looks like, he's still got that boyish look. Like Robert Redford had a boyish look to him. Yeah. He was probably the first. But Leonardo DiCaprio, if they wanted, without using a bunch of makeup, they could still have him play early 30s if they wanted to, because he's got a boy's face still. And that's, it's just.
Now almost no teenager smokes. I think one of the problems with Tom Holland playing, what's his name? Nathan Drake, I believe it was, in the game Uncharted, is that he looks so young. And a lot of people, by the way, also the other thing was like a year before they announced they were making the Uncharted movie, Nathan Fillion put out a short film on YouTube with him playing Uncharted. It was fucking perfect. It was what every fan of the game wanted. Let's see. I'll tell you everything. He looks like a man, says Dark Admiral. Oh, man. Let's see. 7. Oh, okay. So 7 or Misery. 7. Misery's a really good movie, by the way. But I don't know. Maybe Misery, because it is easier to watch. 7 is one of those. Oh, okay. There's a new Leonardo. I know it's what is it called? Battle After Battle or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should come banger after banger. Oh no, that's
there you go. Anyway, guys, I am sitting here looking calm, but it's about to my eyeballs. My eyes are about to turn yellow. So let's see. Friday. What are we doing? What are we doing on Friday? Tomorrow, you guys are going to go over to the Geeky Pup Show, and Eric and the guys are going to tell you.
Well, if Zach's going to be there, probably not, because this was week 1 of me out of the hobby, so I don't have anything to talk about. Well,
then we should get together and talk about old books.
Yeah, I'm not going to step on their stream.
If it's a Thursday, there is no stream. And I would love to talk to somebody about the Devil Dinosaur. Yeah. You're the only person who understands it.
I didn't read it, though.
You haven't?
A few things I didn't read, no.
Oh, wow. You still understand it the way I want. On Friday, we're doing Adventure Comics. And then the Vigilante, Teen Titans, John Carter, Warlord of Mars, Teen Titans Spotlight, Star Trek, Tales of the Teen Titans, Raven, Daughter of Darkness, Nova, and Night Force. Maybe I'll change that for Power Man, but I can't see a way to get through Night Force anyway. All right, with that, guys, I really have to go. So you guys have a great time, and as always, thank you very, very much for watching.
Good night, kids.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
And